world is governed more by appearances than realities. Daniel Webster. And then this, all power corrupts, but we need electricity.
So bad.
Live in such a way that you would not be ashamed to sell your parrot to the town gossip. I have no idea what that is, or why I would have selected that.
You know, Andrew Jackson's parrot actually cursed so much he was kicked out of his funeral.
Yeah. So I actually quoted myself on 22 July 2009.
Coming up on an anniversary. Go ahead.
Don't feed me shit and call it caviar. Me, I said that today, so something happened. Something happened that day.
Sounds like something you say in anger, too.
Yeah,
it's not just conversational.
What's another word for thesaurus? Oh. I don't want to achieve immortality through my work. I want to achieve it through not dying. Living hell is the best revenge. Here we go. This is good. You haven't won the war until you're drinking beer in the other guy's O Club.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that
that's real good.
Let me see. I got a couple. Oh yeah, here. This one's awesome. Quick! Somebody crapped in the urinal. Help give KBR Joe the tools it needs. He needs. So it's like the old World War II.
I'm sending him in shortly.
KBR.
No. Our children are naked in the house and they are running around like crazy people. So I told them that you and Cody were going to come in and see them if they didn't get in the shower. So
You like this one. Too.
So you want me to come beat your children?
I didn't say beat.
Because I'm available, is all I'm saying.
You like this one too, I think.
So are we good? Because be honest, are we good? Us doing this right now? No? Okay. No, you can't say no as a yes to a yes or no question. I know that in womandom that works, but in mandom that doesn't. That's a no. That's a negative.
Okay. I don't know what you're asking me because I've had like 2 hours.
Okay. I'm sending him shortly.
Nothing says, look at me, I've been deployed like a pair of Wiley X goggles. Some people might say you look like a dork, but would a dork have bulletproof eyes?
Oh.
well, not. So, when you've been gone like a long time, like this, this is just funny. No offense, ladies out there. When you've been deployed a long time, it's like this. Why won't she stop talking? Morale calls are limited to 15 minutes. Count your small blessings. And again, it's context, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you lost some rappers. All right, so while you flip through that again, because I think we lost Cody's bag, so I want to go back to Cody's bag.
Let's go back.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, so we tried the live stream. The live stream failed because we're having technical difficulties this week. So brother Cody is here, and he goes to college at a university in North Texas, and as such, he got this, which is a tombstone. In case he gets shot by a school shooter, we won't have to take up an offering for his headstone. He already has one. Is that accurate?
Very.
The end. Cut.
Yeah,
go to frame. And scene. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so this is a level 3A armor plate. It should stop everything up to a 760 round, I believe. Unless they have armor piercing rounds, but I'm pretty sure most people that run up in a school with malicious intent aren't going to have armor-piercing rounds because those are illegal, and we all know that stops people from getting stuff.
Right.
It's really super convenient because it fits perfectly in my backpack. I don't know if you can really see how snugly that fits.
Snugly. I love it when you
Slides
say
right
snugly.
in. Slides right in.
Slides right in, snugly.
Fits like a armor plate in a backpack.
Just like that.
But yeah, it's great. You can conceal it really well. People won't think you're crazy for wearing your armor plate vest to school.
Right.
Or if you're even just like in a crowd or something, I'm pretty sure if you got an armor plate on and you're in a large crowd, then you're probably going to be a target because people know something's up with that person.
And that's 1.8 pounds.
Yeah, it's 1.8 pounds, so especially compared to everything else in the backpack, it adds virtually nothing.
And that's a good size plate too. That's bigger than a 10 by 12 torso plate that you just normally have, like a sappy cut plate or an sappy cut plate.
Yeah, I mean it is the entire width of the backpack, so
yeah,
it's very nice. But one of the things I was thinking about is it's always important to not tell people you have something like this in your backpack. You got your hand kind of
Oh yeah, I'm bad at this.
It's kind of important to not let people know you have this in your backpack, except for maybe like one or two trusted friends. But something goes down and you don't have it immediately on you. Somebody knows, hey, that guy's got bullet protection in his backpack. They're probably going to try and grab it from you because people are not very predictable in an emergency type situation.
So, do you think now everybody at your school is going to watch this booming YouTube channel and your cover's blown?
I really don't think most people from my school are watching this YouTube
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Nah.
So, okay, that's awesome. And how much was that level 3 plate?
We got it on Amazon for $112 after tax, if I remember.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. And it weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So, and my level 4 plates are 8-ish pounds each. Your taxpayer dollars bought them, so thanks. But they weigh a lot, so don't tell anybody. They were not supposed to walk out of that Connex box.
This is awesome, and because it's just so applicable to all the things we talk about. But I had made a quote here in April of 2009. The lack of the ability to make a decision because of fear of being wrong is worse than making a wrong decision.
Correct.
Like, cool. And then there's this one. This one's hilarious. I won't say his last name, but so I was given this cigar right here by this guy. He'd thrown it to me and I caught it, but knowing him, it had to be a joke. It looked as if he found a dried up dog turd and put a wrapper on it. He would do this, I thought, just to see if I would smoke it. He showed me a cigar box with 20 of them, and had one with his mouth to quell my concerns, but I still wondered if he would go that far just to play a joke. Good dude, too.
That would have been legendary.
Yes.
Right?
That would have been well worth it.
So I pulled this out of my carrier. I opt to wear this because I feel like the threat, at least right now, doesn't warrant me to wear my hard plates, and I would rather give up 14 pounds of weight than have an extra 14 pounds in plates right now. But obviously I can change them. But one of the things like we talked about before this is I'm probably going to buy another set of these, and I'm going to kind of duct tape mount these into my boys' backpacks for school.
Yep.
And then just teach them that if there's ever any trouble, you need to put your backpacks on.
Yeah.
Like, put your backpack on. They don't have to know why.
Yeah.
They just need to know that if there's ever any trouble, grab your backpack.
Yep.
First thing. And so, but yeah, I'm probably gonna buy another set of those, and they're same as Cody's as far as rating goes. It's peace of mind.
Yep.
At least a little bit, and you never know what you're walking into. I'm always on the guard. It's one thing you have to learn is to always be on the guard as well. And, watching exits, watching entrances to doors. I don't know, did we lose the part about the shooting? Or was that in the second?
No, we got that.
That was in the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got that.
But just, and again, it's living your life, not in a shell.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm here with you now when I finally realized that I've got to give knowledge out to other people. And there's things that I need to help people with. And I think that's been one of my callings is that in my private life, I've helped people individually, um, but we can reach so many more people through this.
We got hundreds of people at a clip watch these things.
Yeah.
And that's like, I've helped people one on one too.
Yeah.
And it's not that that's not rewarding because it's a huge deal. And I've been helped one on one. But to have the reach that this platform presents it's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I've talked about with my kids is I'm going to put an IFAC, an actual like GSW kit, gunshot wound kit, in each one of their backpacks. And as soon as they get back from summer activities, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot a video with my two older kids of like, this is how you apply a pressure dressing. This is how a tourniquet goes on. This is how you pack a wound. A tourniquet can go here, but from this point inside, you have to pack a wound and apply pressure. Not that, like, I don't want them to have to know that, but they have to know
But
that.
you want them to have the ability to do it if they have to.
Exactly. In today's day and age, they need to know how to render aid because for like, and honestly, that's something that you should probably get into as well. If you're gonna, you know, if we're gonna take things to their logical conclusion, all right, you have the ability. It's a game of holes, right? It's making holes, stopping holes, and plugging holes. So you can't make holes. You can't carry that equipment legally on campus. Although, did that pass in Texas?
You can, if you have your CHL, I believe. Don't quote me on this. But
Right.
as far as I know, if they don't have the, I like to call it the 30-06 sign.
30-06,
Right.
30-07.
Yep.
If they don't have those signs posted and you have your CHL, you can carry on campus.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it's a common misnomer. Like, people are like, oh, you can't carry in church because it's in the law.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not what it says. It says you can't carry in church if it's posted.
Yep.
They have to post it as you're not allowed to carry. And guess what? If I wouldn't go to that church.
Do you remember where we used to go to church? Now, that facility, there should be no firearms on that facility. There were several
Oh yeah.
every Sunday.
I,
That's
and-
all I can say
and
about it.
Here's how I would say people interpreted the law, which
Mhm.
I would say is correctly interpreting. In the usage that was happening on that day, it was
Right.
no longer that facility.
Correct. I would say the same
And
thing.
I think there's legal foundation for that.
And I would stand in front of a jury of 12 of my peers and make that exact argument that under under the guise of our gathering here, this was a church.
Right.
So,
It
anyway,
is paid for to be used as that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
we
it
got a
was.
contract, bro.
Yep.
So,
So that was my perspective.
mhm.
Like, you know, and my other perspective was, you know what? Even if it is, I'm still doing it, and I'll ask for forgiveness.
Correct.
I'll reach out to the governor and say, hey, you mind
Mhm.
give me a little pardon?
This would be a total S storm if this caught some publicity.
Yeah.
Knowing some of the people that we know, I would hate for this to go national.
Yeah.
Gosh forbid. So anyway, so you got plates in your backpack. You should
Yeah.
probably think about getting an IFAC.
Yep.
You're gonna put plates in your kid's backpack. I think that's a good idea. I was already planning on putting an IFAC in my kid's backpack, but now I'm thinking I need to put level 3 plates in there as well. Just the soft plates.
1.2
Because-
mine are 1.2 pounds.
Right. And so with the game of holes, making holes, stopping holes, and plugging holes, you can't, I mean, I'm not expecting my 12-year-old, I would tan her hide if she brought a way to make holes to school. That would be a problem. So that's out. But
Well, and
stopping
here's the-
holes and plugging them,
And here's the other thing, right? Like, I don't intend, like, if something were to happen and one of my boys got hit, they're going to be knocked out.
yeah,
Like, they're going to be knocked out and they're still going to be seriously hurt.
yep,
But that knocking out that's not causing bleeding
right,
may be enough to have them on the ground and the person walks by them
right.
and they're alive.
So we talked about many moons ago of doing an active shooter response video, and we need to do that. Of actual tactics to use if you have a guy in your building, in your school, in your church, in your whatever. And I don't want to.
My take on just a quick take on that is it's expedient action.
Yeah,
It's you're not calculating, you're not trying to plan,
force on force
you're going
now.
force on force quickly.
Yeah, right now.
And that means you are going to put yourself in harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to put yourself in the crosshairs.
Yep.
But that means that you're in the crosshairs and not the innocent people who are
Correct.
going about their day.
Yep.
Personally, that Florida shooting, I, whatever your opinions are about that cop
Yep.
sitting outside, my opinion, he cost lives.
Yeah, I agree.
His job is to protect and serve and get in front of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do that.
Yep.
No matter how they want to defend how he reacted, I would not do that. I would rather take a bullet, live for 5 or 7 seconds, and be able to put 3 or 4 in.
Buy some time.
Yeah.
Yep. Force on force.
So I mean, there's no planning. There's no. It's react
Mm-hmm.
and react with violence.
Yep.
Man, that's the bottom line. I mean, that's a quick video. Right?
That's a quick 17-minute video. Thank you for sharing with us, Cody.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good seeing you. It's
Yeah.
been a while, man.
Yeah, it has.
You're welcome
Not about
anytime.
enough, yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome anytime. Yeah, you had to drive like an hour to get here.
Nah, it's nothing.
Nah, it's not. Yeah, Texas is a big state.
Texas is the next city over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all let us know down in the comments just how much you love Cody, how beautiful he is, and talented and
Maybe we'll
wonderful
bring
he
him
is.
back
Oh, we're gonna bring him
to play
back.
piano.
Yeah, we should do that. SHTF Entertainment.
It's like I watched a stupid movie.
Let's close with this.
Yeah.
Okay,
I watched
go ahead.
I watched a stupid movie, and it was about this philosophy professor bringing like his 20 students into like a end of the world scenario where only 10 of them could be chosen to go into a bunker, and they were handed like,
Right.
here's your job.
Right.
Like, here's what you do. And like literally in like the 3 or 4 times they did the scenario, the one guy's like, and I'm a poet.
Right.
Shoot him in the head. I don't know. There is something to say about entertainment, though.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like morale is a huge thing. I mean, if you think, look at people suffering with depression now.
Mm-hmm.
How bad do you think people are going to suffer
Well,
with depression then?
That's what we were talking about in the last video. The team building mag video is the amplification of people's personality traits. If the guy's a jerk now, you really think he's gonna get his act together when the world's ending? Probably not.
And that's the biggest mistake to make, is thinking, oh, they'll change.
No,
Oh,
they
they'll
won't.
ch-"
No, they
It's
won't.
kind of like the beaten wife syndrome.
Yeah. No,
right?
you won't.
They think their husband's going to change, and it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's,
Not to say that if you have depression, this is you we're talking about.
No.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that somebody displays less than ideal character traits, not depression, now in an SHTF environment, they're not going to magically get better.
well, and something like depression, if you know you suffer from that, you can get ahead of it and
Yep.
be ready to handle it when the situation. All of us suffer with depression.
Yep.
Every human being suffers with some sort of depression. Whether it's clinically diagnosed PTSD, or whether it's whatever it is, we all suffer with it. It's realizing what you have and honestly saying, okay, here's what I need to do to make sure that
Yeah.
I don't make this an
Manage
issue.
my symptoms. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Good talk.
Good talk.
Say bye, Squid.
Bye, Squid.
Say bye, Cody.
Bye.
Cody.
Bye, Cody.
Bye, Bear.